Hello, Taurus. How are you? Welcome to your weekly reading for the 26th through the 1st. The new moon in Gemini reading is already up on the channel. If you're interested, I will try to remember to link it in this video. Otherwise, if you go to the home tab of this channel, you will find it there. All right. Or into the new moon and full moon playlist. Freedom, Taurus. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. This is one of your messages. So do you feel like you do not have the power and the free will to create your own happiness? I don't think so. Honestly, this feels more like... I feel like this is more like you're becoming aware of the fact that you do. I feel like you're using it. I feel like you're using the freedom and the power to create your own happiness this week. Yeah. You feel more liberated. You feel more open. You feel more... You feel the infinity, you know, you feel the possibilities are endless. You're very excited this week. I don't know what it is yet. I'm sure the rest of the cards will tell us. But there's something very curious and very exciting percolating for you. It's, yeah, this feels like a new beginning, which makes sense with that new moon in Gemini, I guess, for sure. But this feels like something that sparks your curiosity, that sparks the flame within. Ooh. And again, it makes you feel more like it feels like easier to access. Something's easier to access that maybe has been shut off or closed off. Denial. I acknowledge my fear and I replace it with the insight of awareness. That's what I'm saying. You've stepped out of denial. You were in denial maybe for a little bit, but you've completely stepped out of it. You don't feel like you can ignore something anymore. You're not afraid. You're fearless. And you see it. You're aware of it. You see it. You understand it. You perceive it. It's not that like... Because it even says it right there, right? I acknowledge my fear. It's not that you're ignoring the fear. You did at one point or recently. But it's like, you know it's there. You're just not choosing to give it the full attention, right? It's like you're giving it partial attention of saying, I know you're there, but you're not going to lead my life. I'm not going to lead my life with fear. I'm going to lead my life with awareness and strength and freedom and happiness. Okay, what is a possible block for them to access this freedom? What is a possible block? Movement or speed? Trying not to do things too fast, which is not very natural for you, Taurus. Let's be honest. You like to do things slow. You like to take your time. You like to stop and smell the roses, right? So... remembering that things don't happen with speed. Things happen with purpose. Right? Motion economy. Right? Working smarter, not harder. I don't know. There's all of those sayings are coming in right now for you, Taurus. Freedom doesn't mean you have to go like crazy and move with chaos and just do it just because you can do it, right? If speed is a block or a challenge towards freedom or just movement in general, it's like finally being able to move, finally being able to be free. It's kind of like when you break a bone and you get the cast off, it feels so great, you know? You can finally move it. Not that I've ever broken anything, but I just mean in general. Knock on wood. I should knock on... I don't ever want to break anything. I probably will maybe at one point in my life, but so far at 35 I have not. But if I would imagine it would feel great, right? Like being able to move again. That's what I hear. So using that analogy of being stuck. So the challenge here might be, again, it's like, okay, you can move, but don't move so fast. Remember to move with a purpose and to move with focus. All right, what might be a block with this denial? Let me ask this, because I'm kind of... What... Oh, okay. You were in denial about expansion. That's what I was going to ask. What was it that you were going to be in denial about? You were in denial that you could expand, that you could grow, or that something could expand or grow in your life. You were in denial that it wouldn't go anywhere, that it wouldn't get any bigger, or it wouldn't get any more successful or more abundant. Also, I'm literally seeing like the north, like you were in denial about your North Star, a direction, a sense of direction. Okay, so that's why the freedom and the movement are also there. So you were in denial about something heading in a certain direction. For a while, it seems like. I need a sip of my soda for that. I also feel like maybe you were in denial about you moving, because there's a very small part of this image right there, and it's someone in a little boat. Okay? So if they don't know where they're going, they can't find the North Star. They don't have a compass, they don't have a map, they don't have nothing. It's very easy to get lost in that I don't know if it's a lake. Maybe it's part of the ocean, but that's scary. So again, fear, acknowledging that fear, but replacing it with the insight of awareness, being aware that, yeah, I'm in this bind, I'm in this shithole, right? I'm in this challenge, but I'm not going to let fear rule me. Let's see, Taurus, please. Okay, all right, whatever that is. We're going to start with that. Six of Cups. Oof. Fear of love. Denial of love. That's a soulmate card for sure. For me in this deck specifically, it's 100% a soulmate. So, for a lot of you, it's love related. Ten of Pentacles, Hierophant, High Priestess. 10 of Wands. So that's 2 tens, 3 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Wands. Interesting. If you have a block of movement, speed, and expansion, right? But then you got all these other people. What's interesting about this 5 of Wands is you can see, like, it's not very conflicting. Normally in a 5 of Wands, they're fighting. They're fighting each other for success, for fame, for whatever, right? For recognition, for a reward of some type. Not in this one. Not in this image. They are actually supportive of the gentleman in the center grabbing that wand. Their wands are not lit up, but his is. I feel like maybe there was that denial there of like, I don't have anyone to support me, and you realize that you do. Or you realize that you don't have to fight for anything. Not everything needs to be a fight. Not everything needs to be a struggle. Not everything needs to be survival and defense. That's the message there. Especially with relationships and love. I mean, you had these two come out right next to each other. And then you have the Hierophant, the card of marriage. So this could be like marital issues being resolved. Or familial issues, like family-related, family-oriented stuff. But long-term partnerships, long-term lovers. Not needing to have to fight for attention, for affection, for the basics in love. So I feel like the rent went up. Yeah, I feel like your standards went up. Like the price went up. Like there's no way in hell that you're accepting what you used to accept. And I think that that's also with this 5. Look at this. Like you have this very specific, feels like, specific goal, life goal, future goal. You want certain things and you know what you want. And it's like, you can either be with me or not. I'm still going to get it because I'm very focused on this future. I'm very focused on this vision. So the rent, the cost of rent to be in your headspace or to be around you is significantly higher this week. To weed out, I don't want to say the losers because that sounds very not positive, but to weed out the people that are not in your vibrational field. Thank you. That's a better way of saying it. That is a much better way of saying it. Like, I feel like you've come almost like in an acceptance, which is the opposite of denial, right? So it's like yeah. Okay, so it's like you're out of that denial, right? And you're starting to accept you. You're much more accepting of how you move and what freedoms you want and what your future looks like. And you're kind of over it. Again, Ten of Wands does not look like a traditional Ten of Wands. There's no pressure here. Pressure's over. The stress is over. You putting everything on your back. You feeling responsible for every single thing and every single person. That's over. That's done. That ain't the case no more. Taurus said no. Also, all these wands, you put in the work. You put in the effort. You planted them. You watered them. You took care of them. You fertilized them. No one's going to take that away from you. I feel like you're standing guard here. It's almost like this guy's patrolling. Feels like. Protection. So I feel like you're more protective of yourself. More protective of your energy. More protective of your space. And that's High Priestess, which I want to talk about last here. Saving the best for last. It's almost like you're doing this silently. It's almost like you're doing all of this on your own. Like, not to be like manipulative or sneaky or anything, but you're just like, nobody needs to know my business. I'm doing this for me. I'm okay with keeping all of this to myself. You're very reserved. You're very quiet, which is interesting because you are the silent one archetype, Taurus. That's your archetype, the silent one. Not a lot of people. Everyone talks about Scorpio, and I get it. And that's your sister sign, right? Scorpio being the mysterious, quiet one. But so are you, Taurus. There is a mysterious side to you that I don't think a lot of people, think about. There's silent power behind what you're doing, and it is very powerful. So remember that. Follow your gut, your instinct, your intuition. I hope this helped. Have a great week. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.